So for question number 4, determine the inverse of f of x equals x cubed plus 2. Graph both f of x and f inverse x along with y equals x below. So the first thing we want to do is go to our graphing calculator and graph these functions. So home screen, new doc, say no to drugs, and add a graph page. Now, to start, I want to go back for a second and talk about how I make sure that I see everything on my graph. So we're going to go to settings, go to document settings, and come down here to real or complex. There's 3 choices. There's polar, there's rectangular, and there's real. For some reason with the TI Nspire, if we're not in real mode, we will not see the complete function. So make sure that your calculator is actually in real mode for this operation. So go back to current, and now I'm going to put in x cubed plus 2. Make sure you get out of your exponent after the cubed, add your 2, and that's our first function. Next, we're going to add y equals x. Finally, we want the inverse. Now, we calculated the inverse in class. We know that it is the cube root of x minus 2. So to get the cube root, we go control, and under the caret is the any root key. So I have to make my index 3 because it's a cube root, and I put in x minus 2. And if this were a square root, you can't have a negative square root, but you can have a negative cube root. So this function does continue beyond the x-axis, and notice we get our symmetry as we go across. So if I set up our trace, lock our trace step at 1, and then trace all, notice as I move, we get all these points. And that's how we graph the cube root appropriately, because there are real cube roots that are negative, just not square roots.